As a private practitioner, you want to get clients in the most effective way without spending all of your time and energy, but you don't know how, and you also want to make sure that your efforts are legal. In today's video, I'm teaching mistakes that private practitioners make when using email marketing to attract clients. Using email marketing does allow you to help more people and really focus on selling passive income, but you want to make sure that you understand some of the basics to make sure that you're being fully compliant. Now, if you're wondering what's meant by email marketing is a form of digital marketing. Emails are used to promote a business's products and services, as well as incentivize customer loyalty. And email marketing can allow you to create targeted and personalized messages. Here's an example from our team. Email marketing can help you build engaging relationships and meaningful conversations that can also lead to increased chances to make sales, as well as increasing your brand visibility strategy, which is also important and part of the equation when it comes to conversion for sales. If you're wondering, well, why do we need email marketing? As a private practitioner, you're probably familiar with more traditional forms of marketing, such as in-person, billboards, referral, word of mouth, right? And those are all really classic, tried and tested ways for you to get clients. Forms of traditional marketing, well, they've been around forever and they work. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Digital marketing, such as email marketing, is a form of communication. It's a type of media that's actually more effective than traditional marketing. And by 50%, email marketing is considered the gold standard of digital marketing. And using email marketing and using it well is essential if you want to create systems to sell passive income, meaning courses or ebooks or any kind of digital downloads in your business. So email marketing has the highest return on investment compared to any other form of digital marketing, including SEO, social media, or website, blogs, anything like that. Email marketing just knocks it out of the park when it comes to its effectiveness in the form of you being able to convert customers or convert leads, meaning people who might be customers, into paying customers. Email marketing also helps keep you top of mind when it comes to your branding as a private practitioner. With email marketing, you have what's called subscribers. Those are people who have volunteered. They've opted in to be a part of your email list, which we'll talk about later. And when you have a list of subscribers who are, ideally engaged with you and what you're sending out through your email marketing service provider, you have a chance to create community. You also have a chance to market your products and services. That means promoting yourself so that people can purchase through email marketing. And you also have a chance to learn about behaviors. Are people replying back to your emails? Are they engaged? Are they unsubscribing? So all of that information that you're learning, email marketing service providers show you metrics inside a dashboard unique to an email service provider, so you can learn about behaviors from your subscribers, which really can help you adjust your strategy as a private practitioner so you can focus on getting more passive income and increasing conversion rates, meaning the amount of times that people are clicking on your emails and they're actually taking an action that you've asked them to take. However, it's important to avoid any kind of mistakes that private practitioners make that can delay sales when it comes to using email marketing. Now, you might be wondering, well, what's against the law when it comes to email marketing? Is this legally legit? As private practitioners, we love being compliant, and as registered dietitian nutritionists, we're the most regulated nutrition professional. So it makes sense that this question would come to mind when you're trying to make sure you're compliant, but also looking at making more sales. Firstly, you can't mislead a recipient, meaning a potential subscriber or a person on the other end. So you can't use any misleading titles, and you can't use any deceptive email addresses. So you have to be really careful that you're not trying to trick anybody. If you're sending an email to a recipient who hasn't given prior approval to you sending that email, you must denote that email as an ad, and that's by law. You also have to include a way for people to voluntarily opt out of being on your email list at any time. And that's part of the Spam Act of 2003, which requires you to include contact information for your business in any unsolicited email. You also must include an option, again, to opt out. And this is really important that people have that opportunity and make it easy for them to adjust their preferences. Now, you might be wondering about HIPAA compliance because that's always a hot topic among our clients. Now, as a private practitioner, you might need to be HIPAA compliant. It depends on what you're doing and if you're considered as a covered entity. And if not, you can look up a broader group. Now, we do suggest that you seek legal counsel for any specific questions that have to do under the scope of legal as a regulated professional. So maybe you're wondering, well, what's bad email marketing? So spam is illegal, meaning unsolicited emails is illegal. It's an illegal practice. You only want to send emails to people who sign up for your email list. That means they have to volunteer, they have to opt in. And if you remember what I said earlier, they also have to voluntarily have the chance to opt out. So this is on them if they want to stay and if they want to leave. Also, using personal email software to send marketing emails is unprofessional. You want to use an email marketing designated software to send marketing specific messages from your business. Sending emails without permission is also not okay. Buying an email list is spam due to permission laws, so you don't want to be buying lists. You only want to send emails to people who have opted in, they volunteered to join your email list, and they have agreed and they understand what that means. So that means that they've got full disclosure as to what to expect from being on your email list, aka they have said yes to receiving emails that you sent. Another mistake is selling too hard. Now, you know what I mean when people go right for the kill and they forget that business is a lot about engaging in conversations and asking questions, also called soft calls to action, meaning that you're eliciting engagement and you're not always going for the hard sale. That doesn't mean that you won't be selling with email marketing. You absolutely need to, but there's got to be a balance, and you don't want to come on too strong because customers, well, they notice that. So you want to make sure that you're balancing your hard calls to action, meaning asking people to do something like purchase your product or service, with soft calls to action, meaning you're asking for engagement and you're asking questions, or you're encouraging people to watch your content or read your content or absorb your content that's free. So you're really looking to build community first and then sell naturally second. Another mistake is neglecting analytics when it comes to email marketing. So you want to track a few basic metrics. You want to look at your total subscriber amount, you want to look at open rates and click-through rates. And these are really important metrics that are going to help you understand the health of your email marketing efforts. Pretty obvious mistake is too many images. So image overload, if you've ever seen that, where there are multiple images that you've received in an email marketing campaign, or if the images are too large. So keep in mind that less is always best, and err on the side of caution using either one image or no images, or make sure that your image isn't oversized. And the last mistake would be not offering an unsubscribe button or option. Because again, you have to give people the choice. Maybe you now want to know, what are the etiquettes to sending emails now that we've gone over those mistakes? Email etiquette specifically refers to the code of conduct that guides one's behavior when answering or sending emails. You want to use a direct subject line. You also want to address the recipient, and you can do that easily by setting up a landing page where recipients are going to tell you what their name is. So you just have to queue that up in your email marketing service provider. You also want to compress any large files because that's visually distracting for the person to receive that on their end. You want to format correctly, so that means spaces, periods, give some visual context so that you don't have a bunch of text all lumped up. And that's the same for any kind of advice when it comes to writing words and making them visually appealing. You need to make sure there are spaces and you're pressing enter so that people can skim through if they're not reading the whole email, or they'll be incentivized to read it because they don't feel overwhelmed. Use proper sign-offs and salutations, so make sure you're consistent and you're signing off every time. And you also want to proofread, and that's something that you can simply do by pressing preview, or you can even do a test and send that email to another email that you have on file, just to make sure that when the email is sent out, that it looks appropriate for the other person to receive it on their end. Now, one of the hardest email etiquettes to practice consistently is staying concise, and because that's a communication skill, it also requires critical thinking for you to take your ideas and consolidate them in a way that people understand. And the best tip I can give for you to be concise, in addition to working on your communication skills and your writing skills, would be to learn about your audience. Who are you targeting, and what are the problems they experience? And what is it that you can solve when you send them marketing messages? For example, if you're helping women through the life cycle stage and they're pregnant and you want to help them experience a feel-good pregnancy, or maybe they've got gestational diabetes, then you would know specifically what area you want to talk about in those emails that you're sending out, in your newsletters, etc. So be mindful of who are you helping and what problem do you solve to get the email content more specific and targeted. You want to think, what headlines are more clickable? You also want to ask yourself, how often are you sending emails, what time of day, and all of this data about when to send an email and specifics with testing what should be a larger email or a smaller email. That can come with time after learning about those metrics we discussed earlier, such as click-through rates and open rates. And there's some testing to do with that with respect to subject lines, etc. And you also want to make sure that your email list is healthy, that people are engaged and active, and you are getting the right people to subscribe and opt into your email list. Now, be mindful that it can take time to build a healthy email list, because remember, digital marketing, specifically email marketing, is the #1 most effective way for you to make sales online. So you definitely want to be focusing on building your list and improving the health of your email marketing efforts so that you're sending out emails that are appropriate for people who've opted into your email list. Now, as private practitioners, we're analytical naturally. That's a skill needed for the job. You might be wondering, what's the #1 thing you should do to avoid mistakes? And I would say that's analyzing your metrics. Really understanding the marketing metrics found in your email service provider. Because data tells a story. And the more that we learn about the data that we have from our current subscribers, the better that we can customize and test and create better marketing efforts that can potentially not only be more sustainable, but they're more fruitful. We have to make sure that we're listening. We're listening to what people want. We're going on social media and we're understanding what people need, and then we're responding to that through our email marketing campaign efforts. If you want to learn how to write better emails, I want you to check out this next video linked above, where I'll go through that step by step with you to help you improve your marketing efforts so that you can start getting more clients.